Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. I love that it's the end of the week. I love that we got to celebrate the 4th of July on Monday. Please tell us in the comments what you did for the 4th of July. Today we are joined by and with creative partner Suzanne Connor. She is going to be creating with the Whimsy Accessory Set and Summer, our new Summer Accessory Set. This is super fun because the little summer sunburst fits perfectly inside the Whimsy one. Of course, she's gonna share all about that with you. If you're joining us, say hello, drop a comment. Suzanne, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Suzanne Connor from Pennsylvania. I'm looking forward to creating today with everybody.
Yay, super fun. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Suzanne Connor from Pennsylvania.
Oops, okay, sorry. I had double sound on. Hello, everybody. I just shared that over to the Play to Create group, or I guess it's Scrapbooking with Kiwi Lane. Anyways, Suzanne, I am going to let you take over. I haven't seen any comments yet. Oh, hi, Deb. Thank you for commenting. Yay, I'm going to like your comment.
Yeah, okay. I haven't. I'm still waiting to see something, but that's all right.
Well, I'm going to put the link to the Summer Accessory Set in the chat. Of course, it's our newest release. Suzanne's going to be creating with it. So here on the Facebook Live, I will put the link to the Summer Accessory. It is super fun to play with. You're going to see that today, and it's super versatile. So I'm going to let Suzanne take it over from here.
Thanks, Sonia. Talk to you later.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, let me mute that computer. Okay. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday afternoon. Hope everybody has some paper picked out, and we're going to get scrapping here. Not sure if you all saw the picture I posted the other day about what we're going to create. So I'll pull it out. We're going to mimic this one. So this is what we're going to make today. So if you need to take a screenshot, you can. And I don't know if everybody's hearing me. Are we good? Okay. So, thanks, Linda. Can everybody hear me? Somebody give me a yes. If you can't hear me, it should be hearable. Okay. Hi, Jackie. Thanks, Kiwi Lane. All right, so I'm gonna move this out of the way, but this is going to be, if you need to take a picture of it, that's our guide for today. And we're going to recreate it. We're going to use a new summer set. We're going to use rings. We're going to use the hat from the Grow set. And let's just get playing, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use scallops from the scallop set. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to pull it out here. There's 3 different sets of scallops in the scallop set. There's a large, there is a medium somewhere, medium, and then a smaller one. So today we're going to work with the smaller one. Okay, so if you get this, if you purchase this set, you get all 6 pieces. Okay, just thought I'd show you that. Now get back out of my way. Okay, so I don't have 4 of these, so we have to do a little pretend here. So we're going to put the first piece, the first scallop at the bottom. Okay, and then just to make room, and we're going to have it twice. So this is my set from the minis. This is just for designing purposes. Or you know what, I'll make life easier on you guys. I'll do this. This is gonna be our first piece. I'll go ahead and put it down. Okay, so I cut out a few. So that's that one. The second piece is going to go right on top. And I did cut mine out, these ones out early because it would take forever for you guys to watch me cut it out. The next one's a nice simple piece. It's a 3-inch strip. I have a strip for, you know, I have them. If you don't have them, I always wondered what in the world I'd use them for, but after I got them, I love them. So I'm not sure if there's any left in the shop, but if they are, grab them. Okay, so we are going to play with the summer accessory set. And that's all these fun little pieces. We're not going to use them all. We're going to use some of them. And then we're also using the whimsy set, which I don't have the little card out of it. But here are the 3 pieces that come in whimsy, which this is what we're going to use today. There's one that looks like a cloud. And then there's one that, I mean, I see a turkey. I see different things. I believe Linda made a frog with it. You know, there's, you know, all kinds of fun things. But those 3 pieces come in the whimsy set. So it gives you lots of versatility. Okay, I'll just show you that. Keep my groovy one in there because it fits. So, all right. So we're going to put this up here in the corner. That's where our sun is going to be. Now, out of the summer set, we're going to take the little sunshine, right, and we're going to place it inside. Okay. Now, on the other side, in the original one, I used the 5 of 6 ring, but I have larger photos and more this time. So I'm going to bump it up and I'm going to use 6 of 6, the 6, okay? And when it goes in, it's actually going to tuck under, you know, not the other thing, sorry. It's only tucking under the, let me try this again, guys. If you hold your ring and just put it in, there you go. It's not as hard as I make it look. Not really. Okay, so that's where we're going to put our ring. Put this one away so I don't knock it down 15 times. Okay, we're also then over here in our little sunshine, we're going to give him a pair of sunglasses because I think that just looks really cute. In this corner, we're going to use the umbrella out of the set. We're going to use the suntan lotion. So that goes, that's universal. That can go with anything, boy, girl, you know, man, woman, anything, the dog even. And then out of Grow, I'm using 5 of 7 because I just thought it made me think of like a nice summer hat to wear at the beach, a nice beach hat. And so we're going to put it on here. Now, in the sample that I did, I put a flower and a tag at the top. But this set, I pulled out a dolphin from Tropical, and it's going to live up there. Okay, so my photos, I'm going to use a 5 by 7 over here and a 5 by 7 on this side. I keep my photo mats are right beside me at all times because I use them all the time. I believe I have a 3 by 4 over here. So my pictures are different than in the original. So this is just, we're going to change it up a little. And then I have 2 smaller ones. They're actually a little smaller than these, but I don't have a 2.5 by 2.5. So I'm going to just, these are just kind of they're just my placement so that I know. And then also on this side is a 5 by 7. And then I have a strip. Now I don't have anything, I'll just lay the strip in there. So I'm going to have a strip of photos down here. Okay. How's everybody ready? Have yours laid out? Anybody scrapping with me? Because we're going to make this one and I'm going to, we're going to make it together. Okay. This is actually a kit. This is a Kiwi Lane kit, just in case I forgot to mention this. This is one that's not available anymore to my knowledge, but I wouldn't swear to anything. It's called The Bright Side. I was looking for paper to go with these pictures and found this one. And I love bright colors, so I loved this one. So it was back when they were just a double layout kit. So this is, I don't know when it was released, but I have a couple because I love them. So I bought up a few. Okay. So I've already cut the first, as you can see, set of scallops for down here on the bottom and inked them. My next color that I've decided to use out of the kit, I guess I could show you all the colors here. Some of them are cut. So there's a nice dark teal. There's a bright green. There's this orange. There's another orange. There's a bright yellow. There's a gray, a softer yellow. And then, of course, obviously, there's all the other sides. So we've got cards, a stripe, a pattern, the floral, which I love that, the gray, and then the blue. The blue and the are the same pattern, okay? So let's put these back down. Okay, so the next piece we're going to make is going to be the second set of scallops, okay? I've chosen this, so I'm gonna pick up my thing now. One of the ways that I do this one doesn't mean that's right or not, but this is how I do it. I lay it close to the edge. So if I was doing it on this side, I would lay it close to the edge. Sometimes people hold it back so they can use this piece, but I'm going to use this kit up and I'm not going to do something like that. So then set it down, trace it. What I like to do to make life a little easier, I think it does anyway, is I put a mark back here and then I set the other set right here and I trace it. And then I take it to my cutter and I just cut, just that 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch away and make a straight cut down. So I'm going to show you, I've already done this side and cut it out just because that's a lot of cutting for me. It doesn't give me a chance to look at the comments if anybody has any. And then I set this one, okay. Trace it, which I've already done, so we're going to do it. It's already marked. They're ready to be marked, okay? I'm going to take it to my trimmer now. I'm going to put these away, out of the way. And I have a straight line to cut between the two. So I cut that piece off. Then I take this one and I just make sure that I'm that little bit past and I cut it. Okay. So now all I have to do, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to cut it out. Into the corners, move the paper. So how's everybody doing on this happy Friday afternoon? Get over the 4th of July and get going again. I had a little trouble getting going this week after being on vacation for 2.5 weeks and coming home. It was like, oh yeah, I have to do laundry. Oh, Yeah, I need to clean. Oh, yeah. And our granddaughter that we, she's on vacation. That's actually where my pictures are from. They've been sending me photos from where they are. So I've been scrapping along. Remember, I've told you before, I'm kind of the world's slowest cutter. I don't know why, I just can't seem to speed it up. All right, one more. Okay, there's that one. Now, I'm just going to come into my corners. Sometimes I do different. Sometimes I just come down and I do all of them that's coming that way. Just seems like less moving. I don't know if it is or isn't. And then I come this way. Okay. All right, everybody hanging in there? So we're going to replace that into our design. And this one, I cheated a little and I'm going to move these little pieces out of the way because I'm going to knock them a million times. Right, so, and you can adjust this, whatever, however much of that pattern you want to show. If you want to, if you have something you don't want to see much of it, you can pull it down. Or like me, I really like that flower, so I'm going to hold it up. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, the next one we're going to cut is going to be this 3-inch strip. Now, whatever paper you're using, whatever pattern, I chose the green. And the reason I chose the green was because when I pulled my pictures out and I had put the teal, I had the teal here and I had the green, I had cut it and I put a picture of my granddaughter on it. I really loved how this green pulls the green out of her swimming suit. Just makes it pop. So that was my decision to go. That's how I decided. So pick up the 3-inch strip. So again, if you don't have strips and it's 3 inches. Or if you don't want that much. Okay. Goodness gracious, things bump each other, don't they? Okay. So that's the kind of the foundation. And again, this you can, wherever you need it to be to accommodate your photos. Does everybody have the summer kit? Anybody not have it? It's really fun. I like it. All right. In the essence of time, I did play a little game here with this. So I picked my full-size sheet. And this is our sunshine from Whimsy. This is number 2 of 2. So I put it on, traced around the top of it. Okay, well, let me move it up so people can see. Sorry, I get down where you can't see. Okay, so I put it on the paper, traced the top of it. Okay, then I just took it, flipped it over, and I took this top corner and the top corner of there, and I matched those up because it gives me a nicer. The other thing I want to say I did is I flipped it and kept it. And the reason I did was because when I did it this way, I didn't get the same angle. I didn't have enough. So it probably doesn't matter. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you feel like doing. But I flipped it and kept the lettering facing up. Okay. And then I traced around this side of it. Okay. Everybody with me? Any comments, questions? If I go too fast or something, because I did pre-cut some things and it'll a little quicker here. So let me know if I'm zipping along too much, okay? Okay, so now I am going to finish cutting it out. I did almost all the way around, so I just cut. Now, one of the things I did, and I went all the way around it. And I just cut right around because it's not that big that, or it's not that small that I felt I had to kind of cut it free. I just went ahead and conserved some paper. So now I'm going to go in and cut into, I went all the way around and cut all of my little areas out. Now I can't seem to work. I come in this way on the right hand and just cut this other little piece out and it'll fall. I keep a little, I'm using a little basket to catch all my waste. Okay. Now that one goes right here. Okay. So, and while you guys are, if you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and ink them. And again, I will go around and ink all the sides. This is a little hard to hold. Okay. And then I will go around and do all of one side. Ah, I love playing in my scrap room. It's the best place. While I'm doing this, it's a long time. How many of you are Kiwi Club members? I mean, is everybody a club member? Or any newbody? Well, thanks, Julie. Oh, wow. Sharon's going camping. We're going camping in 2 weeks. Summer is fun. Yes. Me, Robin. Me. Does that mean you and you, Vicky, you're both new? You are Kiwi Club members. Okay. I gotta remember what questions I asked, don't I? I am a Kiwi Club member. I am a confessed addict. I don't care if I will never use it, which I use all of the templates. There are times when you get it and you think, all right, well, I don't think I'll ever use this. Well, there comes a time when you use it. I have used everything. I think the biggest thing is sometimes if you don't have the pictures, but then all of a sudden, we'll take a trip or my kids will, or somebody will want something and I put it to use. I have to have them all. I'm addicted. And when some of them are being vaulted, I have to buy them and put them in my stash and have an extra set just in case, because if I cut one, which I wouldn't cut it, if I lose it is probably more my concern. All right, all inked and fun. Now I will doodle on that later, just around the edges for the fun. Next piece we're going to use is our Summer 7 of 7. And we're going to use him to make our sunshine, right middle, the brightness in the middle of it. So I chose orange. This is what's in there. I chose the orange with the design. Again, we're going to, and I probably have this upside down or something because I did this a lot earlier. Put it on here and only trace the outside of it because we're leaving the sun whole. We're not going to. So trace around the outside all the way and then just flip it. Keep your, this one here inside it, however it looks good to you, and then trace around the bottom part of that. Okay, and then we're going to cut that out. And this one I am cutting out. I didn't pre-cut. So here we go. This one's not hard to cut. There's a lot of little ins and outs, but they're pretty easy. Just glide right around them. This is where I have to get better at cutting with my scissors more. If a piece gets in the way, I just chop it off. That sounds bad, didn't it? Just chop it off. All right. Well, when you go camping, I hope you have absolutely beautiful weather. Nothing worse than, well, if you're tent camping, there's nothing worse than having a whole rainy weekend. If you have a trailer, it's a little better. It's more tolerable. We're getting ready to go on a whole family camping trip. And by whole family, I mean extended. I believe there will be 28 of us. I think we have 5 or 6 spots all together. Coming from Pennsylvania and Virginia. I guess that's only 2 states right now. Oh no, we have one in Michigan and one coming from South Carolina. So that'll be fun to see all my nieces and nephews, and I'm going to have some camping pictures to do with the set, the new set. It came out in the Kiwi Club. Love that. Played with it the other day using the jar. Posted it. I'm trying to get better, but now that we no longer will be babysitting, I have more free time to scrap. This is my relaxation. Told you, slowest cutter in the world. Sorry, it gives you guys time to keep up, right? Catch up or listen to me chatter. All right, now I'm going to ink this. Okay. Again, I will go do one side and come back and do the other. I don't know. I think it's just a habit. That's how I started doing it, and that's how I do it. Whatever works for you is right. No rules, just right. So anyway, I asked about people being Kiwi Club, and if you're not, and you don't know the benefits of being a Kiwi Club member, I'll give you a couple of them. One, and for those of us that can't wait to know things, is you get early access. So there's the Kiwi release parties. And then if you're a Kiwi Club member, you can order immediately. You don't have to wait days until you can jump on and order. We used to have a little challenge with the website. They've changed things, and I find that it's much easier. It's a much friendlier. I've never really had problems because I just haven't, but I guess I've been lucky. The other is you get, if you're a Kiwi Club member, you get a 10% discount on your purchases. which, you know, that adds up. We all like to save a little money. And we save money on the club kits. So if you're a Kiwi Club member, it's about a 5 to 7% discount. And the shipping is cheaper. I want to say prorated, whatever the right word is, but it's less expensive. So you save money on the monthly kits. And if you do get one you don't like, you can always share it with someone else. All right, all inked, all cut, all inked, and it's going to get in there. And isn't it perfect how it lines up the little spikies, so to speak, kind of come right up in the, and you can, you know, adjust your pattern however you want it. If you want it more that way, or if you want it to, it doesn't really matter, whatever. If you have a pattern, you know, you figure it out how you want it. Okay. I had it and I shouldn't have moved it. Okay, doesn't matter. There we go. Good. Okay, so while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take just a piece of plain black cardstock and trace out the sunglasses. Okay, we're going to cut those out. I've already traced mine. I keep this out though because we're going to put some fun sparklies in the middle of the sunglasses. So if you have some shimmer paper, I have silver shimmer. Well, I have silver, gold, and black, but oh, black would be fun. I didn't think about using that because everybody wears those black, dark sunglasses. That would be fun. We'll have to take a look and see which one we like. Okay. So where's everybody from today that's watching? It's always fun to see. I'm in Pennsylvania, close to Ohio. I'm in Northwest Pennsylvania. I always love, it's like talking to people from all over. Oregon, I want to come to Oregon so bad. That is our next trip. We were just in, I was just in Michigan. I was in Wisconsin. Hi, Titusville. You're close to me, about an hour. Tennessee, was just in Tennessee. Wild and wonderful West Virginia. Yes, wild and Indiana. Nice. Hi, Lisa in PA also. Meadville, you're not too far from me, 32 miles to be exact. Maryland, love it. Kentucky and the border of, I might have just been through where you are, Jane. Arkansas, oh my gosh, you're melting. Stay in the house and scrap with me. All right. Kansas, just drove through Kansas. Texas, I was there last year. Okay. So when I go, I don't know if any of you, I found these thin shimmery papers. I used to always have the thick ones and they were miserable to work with. But I've been using the silver for the inside of the eyeglasses. I also have this shiny black. I think I'm gonna stick with silver though. I like how it pops out. I keep mine, I actually keep these right in my template box in the back. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm also going to flip my sunglasses over. So I know Linda always tells you, you know, slide, slide, flip. Okay. So same thing, just make sure, but I'm going to do one right here, trace it out. And then to conserve paper, I'm going to move the glasses over and get them in here close. These specialty papers can be pricey, no sense wasting. Okay, so let me see what else is going on. All right, so release them from the paper real quick. It's easier to draw on the back of these also, as you all know. Just gonna cut it out real quick. Or real slow, as I say. It's nice to just keep your scissors and just, you know, roll, just let it cut and just your fingers roll it around. There's one. And here's number 2. Okay. I am going to very lightly, just because I don't want the white to show. I don't really want to see too much. That, isn't that fun? I love it. I think it's just fun. All right, gotta have fun. That's what we're here for. All right, now I'm gonna use some glue. I'm going to find a piece of paper to work on because I don't want to get glue on my sheet. Oh, goodness gracious. Isn't it a good thing I did that? It just popped off. Oh my goodness. What in the world? Something's sticking. Well, let's move that. Wow, that was really good. Pardon me while I clean up a mess for a second. Wipe some glue off. Okay, crisis averted. I'm just gonna stick my finger in the glue since it's here, put it on the back, glue them on. Wow, that was close. I would have been unhappy because I don't have another bright blue like this background. All right, sunglasses. Okay, now to the next side. So over on this side, we're going to cut out, I keep wanting to lose. We're going to cut our circle out. And like I said, you use whatever size circle works for you, but previously for me, it was the smaller one, but this time I'm going to use the larger one. Let's see if there's anything on this side that I might want to use. Yes, this card in the corner. So this has cards. This is back when they used to print the cards all on a sheet. So I like this little thing down here. So I'm going to put it up high. You know, and I don't know, I know Linda uses a mechanical pencil, and I started using one when we started getting smaller pieces that the regular pencil lead won't get into the little cracks and crevices. So I don't ever have to sharpen it. It stays sharp. Okay. Now, I am going to quickly release this just so I can cut. Maybe I'll cut pretty close here. I'm moving quick. Here we go. Save that. Just cut your circle out. I do find with circles that I actually do better cutting quicker than slow. If I cut slow, I want everything to be too perfect. You just really get hung up on that. And before you know it, you've made a bigger mess than, at least for me, I make a bigger mess than if I just cut quickly. Now, I'm going to be lacing this underneath of here. So just kind of looking at your pattern, if you want it one way or another, there's a very soft pattern here. I'm going to go over here to the side and I'm just going to cut in. And then I'm going to go around on the inside and release my circle. Everybody doing all right? Any questions, throw them up there at me. I'll see if I can see them and answer them. All right, here we go. So now we're going to ink. And I have to tell you, I made a mistake. I re-inked my pad and I got too much ink. Oh, I have to be so careful because if I'm not, I end up with really dark edges. So I keep a piece of paper and I have to blot it off. Just quick little strokes around. All right. So this is how that's going to be. All right. Now I am going to put some of this down because we're going to put photos next and then the finishing touches. And this stuff has to be nailed down for me. Doesn't bother some, but does me. So I'm going to take, I just put a couple, I use a lot less tape these days than I used to. One, isn't it crazy how expensive it's gotten? Slide that one. Now I do make sure my two are lined up. Not that my pages will be right beside each other, because I don't use that kind of book, but I don't know if anybody else besides me has found some paper lines. Their paper really isn't 12 inches. It's bigger. So then I end up with things not fitting and I have to cut it. So if I work from the middle out, it doesn't bog up my center. All right, now decision on how far up we want to make it. I believe the other day I went to 25 centimeters on this. Let's see if, nope, that must have been the other one. Well, let's pick a number here. Might have been where I like seeing some of the floral. I think that one I can just eyeball. What do you guys think? Think we can eyeball it? All right, here we go. Usually I find I think if you just let it do its thing, it'll lay. It's kind of like ripping cotton fabric. You ever rip cotton fabric? When you tear it, it'll tear straight. I never knew that until somebody taught it to me. So I kind of do the same thing with these. I just make sure my bottom down here, line my two up along the edge of the paper and just let it do its thing. Okay. Now this, I feel like I need to be a little more, so we're going to put the sun down here. He's going to stay up there. We're going to see some. So I'm going to make a measurement because I think we're going to take it to 24. Because I want it to be the same on all of them. I'm not usually like this, but on this straight one, I just find the other day I found it worked better for me. I don't know why. Maybe if you have paper that has a design in it, you can use like some squares. I would just do that, but today I'm marking a little. Okay, I'm gonna do this side first because nothing's layering under it. I keep putting my arms up. I'm trying to keep workspace in front of me. Okay. So, there's that. And now, sometimes what I like to do, and I think you just have to do whatever works for you, I put part of the circle down, but not all of it. Okay, so I just to keep it from moving around on me. Put the tape on my, okay. Now, that's why I have it marked, because now I can come in here, line it up, bring it across and make sure, and there it is, okay? Now, you can do this or however works for you. And slide it under. One thing I do find is if you go with the circle circumference, it'll flatten itself. So that's down. All right, now our happy sunshine. Okay, I'm just going to put a couple pieces of tape across. And it really doesn't matter what way. Move it down. I'm not popping any of this because it is getting photos on top of it. Again, just find where you like. There we go. Let's try to center it however you like. I think earlier I had it when I was playing with it. Playing and just set it down. Okay. Now, Mr. Sunglasses, he'll pop, but I'm not going to put it up right now, but we'll go ahead and get our pops dots on it. 1, 2, the larger ones. 1, 2, probably overkill on them, but they're in the books. So he is ready to get mounted after the photos are on, okay? All right, now it's time to bring in the photos. In my other layout, I had 2 photos and then a saying, but in this one, I have 3 photos. So I have my granddaughter there. I'm gonna tuck this one. And then these are 2 other ones. I think I like the blue one off top. Okay. Now I have to decide if I'm going to mat them. Here's my photos for this side. It goes this way. Okay, we'll bring back in our dolphin. And our umbrella. And our floppy hat. And our sunscreen. We can do these however. I think the umbrella, piece of white cardstock, traced out the umbrella, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out because I'm going to use white as the white cardstock. It's actually marshmallow, it's not white, as my foundation. That way, I like the dimension I get when I then use either one color for all the parts of the umbrella or 2 colors or whatever you want to do. So, creative freedoms. And then I'm going to cut, actually I've already cut it, out of just a piece of, it's not brass, craft cardstock. for the umbrella pole. I'll put it on the back. Cutting lots of like scallopies, aren't we today? Cutting lots of scallops. All right. Nice. I'm still going to ink it. And if you want, if you're doing something you want to get into, you bend it. Just bend it, or if sometimes if I just push on my thumb, it opens it up so that I can do it without really creasing anything. Like when I'm doing flowers. Okay. So our umbrella is going to lay, that's our stand. How about that's our umbrella top? And here is our pole. So that we'll be changing that up. Let's see. I think my umbrella, I was thinking of using, let me find my color here. I was thinking of using this, but I think it's too light. And that's just too blendy. Too blendy, too blendy. Well, let's wait on it and see what else we come up with. Oh, now, what I did think I was going to do for the sunscreen, let's see where I put it. I threw it in here, I did, and now I just dropped it on the floor. All right, so on the back of one of the pages, I found this, it says, life is better in the summer. And so I traced it out, and then I used the SPF 15, and I used it to write it across the bottom. So I held it over here and then moved it and put 15. I'm going to cut it out and see if I like it. If I don't like it, I'll change it up. And then I'll put a black lid on it or dark blue or something just to whatever pleases the eye. When I'm going to layer something, also, I always make sure when I'm cutting it out, I cut on the inside of the pencil line. And then on the one that's going on top, I cut on the line or outside of it, just so nothing's peeking out when I'm putting it all together. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. I know if you've all watched me before, I'm an ink as I go girl, because very easy for me to get distracted or forget, and then all of a sudden I didn't ink it. I've just, it's the habit I've gotten into for years now. So I just have a piece of that black scrap paper left, and I'm just going to cut a lid for my bottle. I'm going to ink it just to cover up the pencil marks. You know, we can't really even see it on the black, but I can see the pencil marks. So I have to make sure, because it's so little, that I get it the right way. So I told you guys to make sure you cut it, and I didn't get it right. It's an easy fix, but nonetheless. So back to a little glue. Putting it on. Don't like. I want it to be straight across down there. So if you're like me and you didn't cut something square, you know, go in and fix it. And then don't forget, we'll have to ink it. Just, we don't have to. I want that white to be covered up, so. I don't know if I like that or not, but we'll see. Little detailing always makes it better. Let's see, after we get the hat on here. They're sticking. All right, here we go. Now back to figuring out what color. I think I got glue on my arm. Imagine my surprise. I think we need some orange. I was going to use orange for the hat, but I think I really need orange for the umbrella, and I can have a softer color for the hat, maybe the yellow, but what do you think? You guys like that idea? All right. And I may make the whole, boy, I've got some glue. Okay. So on my first umbrella, I used 2 different colors. On this one, I don't know yet. But I trace around each piece inside the line on the inside so that it, now the hard part for me is getting the point correct up here at the top of the 2 little outside ones. And it'll all work out. You just have to make, I just make sure I put a line around the top of it, okay? So let's see, what other colors do we have? We have a stripe. Oh, maybe we can use some stripe. Okay, we'll do that for the other ones. Let's try it. All right. So I'm gonna cut out around. When you trace that around, it gives you the correct finish. If that's the right word for these little teardrop sides. And I stay in the line on these so that the white shows between the sections of the umbrella. If you don't want it, you know, and I'm going to pop my sections. So. Just where there was the, you know, the little tabs, I just cut straight through. Just, maybe that's when we cut fast, huh? All right, here we go. This is. So is everybody making summer pages, or are you working on something different, or just watching? I know earlier some of you said you were just taking a break from doing some other chores. Whenever I come in on that one, I always feel like I make it a little too long. So I'm going to tighten that up a little. Okay. Now, little inking. Well, that's a cute idea, clamshell. You guys are doing, let's see, my, sorry if I'm not responding to anything because it doesn't pop up on when I'm working unless I touch it all the time. Alicia, I like your random thought of the umbrella. Thanks for jumping in and giving answers, guys. You're working on baby layouts for your granddaughter, Jackie. Oh my gosh, how old is your granddaughter? Well, bye, Jane. Thanks for playing with us. All right. Move these out of the way a little bit. So here's this side. And then here's the other side. And then the center. And I think I'm going to go with that stripe. I think it would be fun. Beach umbrellas are usually stripy, huh? So I'll pull that in. All right, so there's those pieces. Now let's find that stripe wherever he's hiding. It's pretty intense. Let's see if we can make it work. And I think if I go across the stripes this way, we'll get better color than that way. So I'm going to do this one. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? All right. So I'm going to hold this over to the corner and I'm going, and to try to keep them even, I'm going to keep this one on the bottom of the blue and then come up around. Okay. And I'm going to move this one over. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to keep it on the bottom of the blue, go around. And again, I'm going to put a little mark across the top where the umbrella. And then I can either go all the way up to there or I can cut it a little shorter. That makes sense? So that I leave white. These go all the way up. And I may change that. I may not. It's fun to just like cut it and do it. And if you don't like how it is, you can adjust it. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think I want it to show a little white. So I'm going to cut it at the top of the two pieces, which will leave me, hopefully, and I'm cutting just inside the line on these so that when I place them, oh, that's going to make a cute umbrella. Yes, yes, yes. Happy, happy. Okay, let's do the other side. All right. Oh my gosh, 5 months old. Jack, my granddaughter was 5 months old yesterday, teasing. And at the end of this month, she will be 5 years old. I cannot believe it. She is just growing up so fast. But I guess we wouldn't want it any other way. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to mark it so that my two are the same. All right. Let's get these inked up and let's put this together. I just made what I've been working on in between. I'm always scrapping. This is how I relax in between gardening and I'm always busy doing something. And so anyway, I've just recently I decided I wanted to make a baby boy book. And so that's what I've been, in between other projects, that's what I've been working on. And I've had a lot of fun. Okay, so in my original, the two in the middle were down and the ones on the outside were popped up. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put these down. Make sure my glue doesn't come flying off at me this time. It's crazy. I don't always use liquid glue, but I new to using it since we have these smaller pieces. I just find it easier than trying to get my tape runners to work. The thing is, you gotta make sure you get stuff where you want it the first time. There's not a lot of forgiveness. Okay, now time sure does fly. Yeah, flies, absolutely flies. Okay, now when I put these on, I was wanting them to pop up, but we've got these really tiny little ends. So I cut just a sliver, just making sure these match, on my pop-ups. So I just cut the tiniest little sliver from both sides of one of the pop-ups. And then I use my tweezers, just because my fingers don't do that. And if you cut one from one side and one from the other, you'll get one for each side that'll work. Okay, so I put that in that spot. And this one, goodness gracious, in that spot. Okay, and then I just put one down, one down. It's fun when they pop, give such dimension. Okay. This one's much easier. Okay. Oh, touched that and it went flying. Here's my stand, my pole. I've already put a little ink on it. I did this one day and I didn't have my pole straight. So I just put a little glue, and I put a lot so that it supports it. You're not going to see all of that anyway. Okay, moving right along. Now, still need to decide on a hat color. Let's see, what do we have? We have bright yellow, we have orange. We have the stripe, which we just used. We have the, well, let's just do the dolphin while I'm thinking of it. Thought he would be very nice in gray, since dolphins are gray. And you know, you use whatever accessories fit your photos. Moved him. My 5-year-old granddaughter loves to come up and use my templates with me. It's been really good for her. She's really learned to trace better and to control her pencil and her motor skills. So who'd have thought scrapbooking's good to teach them? Plus it's some nice quiet time for the two of us, just creating. She likes to make cards for people. So she learns to write in them. So that's fun too. We've got an enamel dot and give our dolphin a nice, maybe I'll find a navy blue. If not, black will work. I had found some chrome dots at one of the scrapbook events years ago, and I just used them all up on all my little boy pages with trucks and such, and I really miss them. I need to find them again. Those were great. Well, thanks, guys. You know, that's the fun. My other picture, you know, the umbrella with softer shades. I've seen them done it all in one color. I just think they're so versatile. You can do anything. I love that clamshell idea. We have a shell, but that could be like just a different one. I guess if you don't have one of the clamshells, that's a great alternative for you to be able to use that to make the clamshell. Okay. The sun is just too fun. All right. Now, I say all right a lot, I'm sorry. Okay. I think I'm going to glue this down so it quits moving around on me. I know that I want it right there. Okay, he's gonna keep floating around a little. You know, sometimes I use, just for designing purposes, the repositionable. And I will sit something just so it doesn't move around. Okay. So since my paper is so bright and my pictures are like this window, I don't feel necessarily needs matted. I feel like I'd like to matte my photos. What do you guys think? Thanks, guys. Watch on the In Search Of site. A lot of times people are selling things. I know that someone had a big list of stuff up, but I never read through all of it. I just saw the big list. So you can maybe pick up a set I don't have any. All of my extras are gone. So any thoughts on matting? Let me just pull out some paper here. Whenever colors are so bright and things are so busy, sometimes I like the matting to just pull it together and just calm it down, so to speak. I think I'm going to go ahead and mat. So let's measure this. All right, my photo is 4 inches wide. I like a narrow matting. So I'm just going to take it to 4 1/4. And then my photo, I believe, is 5. It is. So 5 1/4. Make 2 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them both while I'm right here. Everything on screen. Now this is blue. Blue doesn't really show, but it does. It's like weird. Like if you, to the eye it does. Maybe not on the camera, but it does show. If you forget, like if I have forgotten them, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to quickly mat. I don't know if I'll mat them all or just a couple, but I know I'm matting these. Okay. I'm just going to eyeball it. Hope for the best here. There. See, I like it matted. All right, let's make sure I cut the right size. I did. Just double checking my measurements that these, I use a selfie printer and it's not a true 4x6. So I always have to check things because nothing's standard, so to speak. All right, let's put that little boss up here. I like them better that way. Okay, let's mat some more. Okay, do you guys mat or not mat? To mat or not to mat? That is the question. And sometimes I can just put them on here. To get even whenever I'm doing it, just so my little thing is right along the gray of my cutter is almost perfect. So I'll double check it. The nice thing is if your paper is crooked or your picture is crooked, you can square things up doing that. Just eyeball it there and there. Good. We'll do this one. I'll stick it on. I'll be right back. I got away from matting for quite a while. Every once in a while, there are pictures. I mean, I don't mat everything hardly anymore, but every once in a while, there are just some that I like. This one, I don't know if it's the colors. I don't know if it's the, I don't know. I just like them matted. Thanks, Shirley. Good, good. Thank you for the vote of the mat. It just makes it stand out, doesn't it? Like so much. They just get lost in all the colors or something. I don't know. But it works. Thank you for your support. Let's see. Okay. Making a mess. I'm making a mess. This is one of those ones where say I obviously didn't get it on there straight. So if I just hold it, when I cut, now the mat will be straight. Also, you can use it on the runner on the, well, it depends on your cutter. They're all different. There's that side. Other than this hat. Sorry, bouncing things around. And that's where it's nice to have used the repositionable. All right, I still need to mat 2 more little ones. I could mat these in one strip. I think that makes sense, is to have 2. So I think that's my goal, my plan. Like I said, I previously inked all the edges, so they're already done. Doesn't have to be done, especially if you're putting it on light paper, but when I'm putting it on something dark, and no one will ever see it. Okay, so I'm going to keep these both on the same mat. Hopefully I got that straight. Okay. You ever knock things into your garbage can while you're doing stuff? Doesn't seem to matter where I put my garbage can. It knocks stuff into it. Why my templates immediately go back into a plastic thing, because I don't want to lose them. Yes. All right. Well, I missed an end. Let me check it out. Okay. Okay, now sometimes, I don't know about you guys, I'll move things and then when I put them back, I don't like them as much or whatever. So I will give myself little corners right here. They're easy to erase. They're not, you know, don't put them in there harsh. But the nice thing is once I do the one, I can move. And then I'll put this down. Got my mark. And it's down, okay? Not sure if I want that. I don't really care about the people underneath, so I think I'm going to go ahead and okay, one more. Now you could pop this one too, and that would look, oh, you know, that's a really good idea. I might have to stick a little something on here and make this just disappear. I think popping it up would be. So I'm just covering up the glue, the tape that I put on here. I'm gonna break out the big, I have to reach for another pack. And that it just gives it dimension. I don't like where that one is. We're going to move this over. See? All right, let's do this. So sometimes when I don't have one in position yet, I don't pull all the tabs. Like that corner one, I left it because I want to be able to move this to put this under it. So, fresh glue on that one. Now I can just easily lift that up and stick it down. Okay, side one. As far as all the pieces, let's put the sun man down. Let's put him in place. All right. I love these sunglasses. They crack me up. They just make me happy. It just like it makes the sunshine smile or something. All right, let's move this one over here a little. Let's start positioning it. Next, we'll do a little doodling, huh? And I think this one needs to pop. But I'm not going to position it until I have to use white. I'm out of dark right here at my fingertips. Don't want to make you wait while I go in search of. Oh, let's get pop happy here. Okay. I don't know if I whiten them up. All right. Okay, now back to what color should the hat be? And you know, the hat can turn. If this is getting a little crowded, we can turn the hat, put it and drop it down. We can do whatever we want. That's why this can move. Okay. All right, let's look at some colors and see what our options are. Let's see. We've got a stripe, which I think is not a good plan. We've got a flower. We've got a pale, we've got bright, we do have some bright orange, bright yellow. And now I think we can make it work. I don't think I like that pattern. I don't know, maybe that would be a cute hat. with a ribbon on it. All right, let's do it. Decide if the hat's going to be this way. Yeah, I think it needs to come in. I like it. So I'm going to put it on my paper. Letters down because I'm making it backwards. Trace around it real quick. Let's see. I think what color ribbon I have. A nice bright blue or something might be. I'm just putting a mark there so I know where to try to get the ribbon to lay. Okay. So. Hat's easy to cut out, isn't it? Just everything just kind of swoops and dives and just nice soft curves. Don't forget to check out the last chance items. I know the other day they had card making kits marked down to like, what, $1.50? I'm pretty sure they're all gone. I looked again after I didn't buy any. Then I was like, oh, I should have bought some. Okay, so I'm gonna ink it. Remember I said my ink is a little dark because I overfilled. I'm just gonna have to buy a new ink pad. I don't really like the bright yellow, but you know, this is working. Okay, little doodle time here because I think that that hat just needs a little love. Since there's already dots on it, I'm not gonna dot it. Sometimes that's kind of my favorite. I don't know if you can see me. I'm gonna try. I don't think I can zoom. I'm gonna change up my pattern here. I'm gonna go back and change these. The paper's too busy for dots. I'm just gonna do solid lines. Pick a color for the ribbon, huh? Let's pick something. I was going to think the teal, now that it's sitting on top of teal, I think orange is the way to go. What do you guys think? Okay, now we're gonna play, this is gonna be real tricky. So I want, this is really hard to see on. I want it to be that way. So I need to make it the wrong way on the gray. So I need to make it letters up so that it fits on my hat that is letters down. Did you all follow that? Clear as mud, huh? My demo one that I made, I did use real fabric, but I didn't, I don't have any, I'm pretty sure I don't have anything that would match this. So we're just going to, wow, it's hard to cut these little pieces when your hands are, I do better cutting my curves from this side. So I turned it over. All right, let's ink it. Little pieces. I love inking though. It adds so much dimension. All right, back with that happy little glue. Oh, I inked the wrong side. Silly me. That's all right. I'll redo it here real quick. Yeah, looks pretty good. All right. Quick little. It's easier to put the glue on the hat than on the little piece. Oh, doesn't that make a big difference? Oh my gosh. It's the little things. It's the little things. All right, let's put a popper on this. I think the hat needs to pop. Told you, Queen of Pop Dots. Again, I want a tiny little piece for in the corner of the hat so that when I put it in my book, it still pops up. All right, now. Okay, we're gonna put, can you, I'll see, I'll make sure this is in the frame. Did it adjust itself? It does that. Sorry, there's a glare on it right now. Now, because I popped the hat and I'm going to lean the bottle against it, sometimes what I will do is I pop the top half, but I put the bottom tight. So kind of it's leaning. So the bottom of this is down here tight, but this is popped up, so it matches that. Okay, so now that we have all that done, let's go ahead and put this picture down. Okay. Now, the dolphin. Need to give him some love, huh? Get him decorated up here. So let's pull him in. Get a smaller pencil or pen. Let's go to the 2. Not thick enough. Don't want to be. Sorry, I was out of the camera. Sorry. I thought it would be good to do some of the doodling. Wow, on camera. instead of off. Everybody kind of, we do it off and then you never see us just drawing, okay? Now he would be cute popped, but I've popped everything else. So we're just gonna let him get up in here. An enamel dot. And I've decided I'm gonna use black since we have black on the other side, and I will erase. Oh, isn't that amazing what, you know, a little dot will do? Okay. Garbage all over the floor. Okay, I think we have everything on, but now it's time for a little pen work. What do you think? You guys want me to keep going and do a little pen work? Okay, well, I'm going to do a little bit, good, bad, or indifferent. So I'm going to switch these so that it's in front of me and you can see. So my thing is, this is a heat wave. So I'm not going to make these lines. Oh, that's the wrong pen. That would not have worked. That would have made me unhappy. Okay. I'm not going to make them straight. I'm going to make them kind of, you know, the sun would be hot. They're a heat wave. You can do them everywhere, or you can just do them on these outside ones. You know, I think that looks kind of cute. And the same with Mr. Orange. Not just as a quick little definer. I don't know. When I doodle, it makes me feel like I've finished it. That's just me, because I like to play. I also have a mink that sometimes when I'm doing things, I like to put a little sparkly on it. I'm not a big sparkly, but a little. All right. Now, I also think that this, just to give it some separation, and that I will dot real quick. Sometimes I'll go through and I put a dot at the point, at the top of the points of all of them, so that they all have the same. It just makes sense to me. I also hold down my paper while I'm doing it so it doesn't move, so my dots are easier. Oh, missed one. That's just because I'm showing you guys. Is it picking it up? My hand might be causing, or the light. Let's eliminate the light, see if that helps it. I think it's trying to keep changing when my hand goes in and out. I told Sonia they need to have a class for us and teach us how to use this different equipment that we buy to work with it. Is to try to get, I had it set up different and then it wasn't clear, so I had to move it once when Sonia was looking on it. And then it throws everything out of kilter. So I hope you guys are able to see okay and that, you know, you're getting the gist. Does anybody have any questions about anything, or, you know, anything they want to see? You know, throw out your ideas, because sometimes we can do. What type of pen am I using? So these are, it's a set that I bought on Amazon. They're just called micro tip pens. Actually, they're a calligraphy pen. I keep them in the box because it's just easier. I can pull them out at any time. So that's what I use. And I have number 8 is the one I use a lot. It's the largest. But when I'm doing something small, I'll go down to a number 4 or 5 usually. So they're probably the 2 numbers I use the most is number 8 and number 5. They either small enough to not be too obtrusive or large enough to be seen. So that's what I use. Okay, so where was I? I was dotting. Okay, so again, I go around. This one's not too, but in some things like flowers, it's more important when I'm doing a flower, because if I don't, then I might not hit the right balance. So I'm just dotting on this. And sometimes I'll, dot. Sometimes I make X's. I believe on something else I made today. Actually, I can show it. It's right beside me. But see, when you have that dot up there, it kind of gives you a guide. Now this one doesn't matter so much because you're not going to see either end. So you just try to evenly space them. You don't have to be perfect. I will say it's important to keep your pen in the same position. If you tip it to the side, you don't get the same. You need to stay upright. So that you get, and like I said, normally I hold it down, but because my camera keeps going in and out on focus, I'm trying not to do that to you. Mine aren't always exact. They're not perfect. But this is a handmade gift. If it was a computer, it would be, oh my goodness, that one went crazy. Every once in a while, the little muscles just do their own thing, don't they? But when you have that dot at the top and you're coming around that bend, it sure helps you do that. Balance it, okay? So let's see. Thanks, Vicki. Thanks, everyone. I can't see all the, if I keep stopping to read, you guys will never see. Okay. I think the only other thing I will probably add to this is a tag somewhere, maybe down here, so that we know when it was. So let me just pull out my brackets, my tiny brackets. Let's see. I need to be able to put, I think the little one is too small. It'll get lost in everything. But I could use this little straight one and just tuck it up in there and put what's going on. And I could bring the gray over, or this gray, because it's a little easier to write on. What do you think? Think that's a good one? Thanks, Linda. Like, I call Linda my partner in crime, almost. We're both, I think, addicted to scrapbooking. What do you think? All right, I am going to make a little tag. I'm not going to write on it right now because I'm going to think about, I have to look up where it is they are. But I'm going to go ahead and cut it out real quick. So I hope you all have created along, whether you did this or something else. I know I like to have somebody to crop with, even if we're not in the same room. The internet makes it possible. I'll be coming back at you again next Wednesday, same time. And I'm forgetting what I'm doing right now. I'm totally drawn a blank. I popped in on this one because it came up that somebody needed to do it, and I've been away for so long and now I'm home. I thought, well, why not? It's hot in the afternoon. I can't do anything outside. So now here's one that I will dot and line probably. So again, I'll start here, and I usually do 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. I don't know why I do that. Now I'll go over here and do the same thing, just because then it gives me that starting point. And then I'll just do little dashes to it. I know this isn't really going to be seen, but never know, might use it on something else. Okay, so there's that. But that is going to get tucked either under there, or I will get it under the photo, and I can cut a corner so that I can do a little journaling. I think that's where it's going to go. Sometimes I can come back with a little heavier of ink on a color that's light. I also, every once in a while, play this little game. I use another shade. Called Antique Linen. And sometimes if I just want to make a little color on something and not too much, get some off on this side, I'll come in with this antique linen and just tone down the white. It's just a little softer. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it changes the tone of that, so it's not quite so intense. And then so we'll be cutting some off because we all know it's too long. And it'll probably go right in there. There we go. That's probably where it'll live. I'll probably use the computer. And I believe that's it. Does anyone have any questions? I love to use the antique linen on things like that. I do it not all the time, but occasionally. Okay, so again, we used Whimsy. Let's see. Anybody need any more time for anything? You good? Thanks, Linda. Thank you. Thanks, Jackie. Thanks for playing along with me. We'll play along again, like I said, next Wednesday, 1 o'clock. I'll be back doing something else. Actually, I'm doing the monthly sketch challenge. That's what I'm doing. So if you haven't seen it, let me pull it out here real quick. I have it beside me, I think. There it is. Yes, the monthly sketch challenge. It's online. It's 10 photos. I don't know if you can see it. Get it up there where you guys can see it. Check it out online. That's what we're going to be doing using the new paper, the Star Spangled, the All-American paper or whatever. I can't even think what it's called right now. But the red, white, and blue stuff. So if get your pictures ready and your stuff, and we're gonna make this, and then you can make it your own. And then you can post it on the Kiwi Lane site and try to win a $25 gift certificate, store credit to Kiwi Lane. Okay? Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks, Sharon. It's good to be back. I miss it. I I scrapbook every day. So if anybody ever wants somebody to scrap with, just give me a ring. We can duo or something. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful and safe weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday. All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.